Tyson Fury really did bring that Kronk style. I mean, he looked like Lennox Lewis incarnate in that fight. From the opening bell when he came out, the way he positioned his body, the way his feet were positioned, the way his left hand was positioned, the way his right hand was cocked, it was the classic Kronk style, literally. I mean, I think Tyson Fury has done a tremendous job learning that style in such a short space of time. And Javon Sugar Hill, his new trainer, has done a tremendous job in teaching him that style. Also, Andy Lee, who, of course, was a Kronk fighter for a long time. And that's Tyson Fury's cousin. They did a tremendous job, the whole team, in getting Tyson Fury ready and confident using that particular style against this opponent, because he's never used that style before. So 11 out of 10 for Fury and the whole team in terms of getting him prepared for this Wilder fight and carrying out the game plan the way he did. Because a lot of the time with fighters, when you learn something new, you're not 100% confident with it going into a fight of this magnitude with all the pressure against such a dangerous puncher. But Tyson Fury fought the Kronk style as if he'd been fighting that style his whole career. That's how confident he was fighting that way. Incredible stuff. And I think Ben Davison is going to be mightily impressed because I personally thought that the only way for Fury to win this fight was to fight the Ben Davison. Let me not call it the Ben Davison style, but the style that he was fighting with under Ben Davison. Let me call it the Peter Fury style. I thought that's the only way Fury could win. Proved me wrong, had me eating my words. Incredible stuff. And as I say, he reminded me so much of Lennox Lewis and the way he was going about his business. If you watch Lennox Lewis when he fought Michael Grant, if you watch Lennox Lewis when he fought Henry Akinwande, even though Lewis was a little past his prime at the time, even Lewis when he fought Vitaly Klitschko, that was obviously a much tougher fight for Lewis than this Wilder rematch was for Fury. But nonetheless, in terms of the style, the stance, all that kind of stuff, the way he was throwing the punches, the way he was setting the punches up, the way he was defending, it was all classic Kronk stuff. And just reminded me of vintage Lennox Lewis. Incredible from Tyson Fury. I can't get over how impressive that performance was and how nostalgic it was, because I haven't seen a heavyweight box in that classic Kronk way since Lewis. Vladimir Klitschko was trained by Manny Stewart, and he did have, of course, elements of the Kronk style, but it wasn't what I would say was classic Kronk. Classic Kronk was more Lennox Lewis, Tommy Hearns, Gerald McClellan, those kind of, that's more the classic Kronk style. Vladimir Klitschko, he had kind of a mixture of his Eastern European style that he learned as an amateur combined with the Kronk, and also the Eastern European mentality combined with Kronk. Because the Kronk mentality is all about knockouts. It's not about winning safety first. It's about going for the knockout. And usually when Lennox Lewis would come up against big guys, when Lewis would fight small guys, that's when he'd usually be cautious. But when he'd fight big guys, Vitaly Klitschko, Henry Akinwande, Michael Grant, etc., he'd be very aggressive. Even in the amateurs, Lewis was like that when he fought James Oyabola. Very aggressive. James Oyabola was like 6'8", 6'9". R.I.P. by the way, James Oyabola. And just Fury channeled the spirit of Lennox Lewis, who was in the crowd, by the way, watching the fight. And Lewis must have been very impressed, but also smiling. And apparently Lennox Lewis told the BT team that Javon Sugar Hill was a very good trainer and don't sleep on him. He's been around Javon Sugar Hill and he knows that Hill really has a lot of the knowledge which was passed on to him by his uncle Manny Stewart. So yeah, this is a big win for Tyson Fury, but a big win for his team, a big win for John Fury, a big win for Javon Sugar Hill. Tremendous stuff. So yeah, just another quick one on that, people, on the style that Fury boxed and how impressive it was that he was able to get that style down pat in such a short space of time and be so confident with it. So 11 out of 10 all round for everybody involved. All right, it's happening. I'm out.